Alright, I ran out of storage space, and I was about to get our final message. So, my bad. Let's get our final message. So, alright. Blessings. So, breathe, man. Just take a breath. Just breathe. Okay? Your blessings are on the way, but their blessings are already here. So, the passion is to start to realize the passion is the blessing. So, what that means is because the passion is the blessing, the more things you identify as a blessing, the more passion you'll call for yourself. That is the technique that you need to apply. You need to realize that things are a blessing around you. You wanted this shit, so you got this shit, so you need to value the shit that you have. Power. And what that's going to do is going to help you turn this around. But again, it's going to turn it around on yourself. But you got to realize that shit's going to be turned around again. Because it's a circle. So as I just keep doing this, you can't just say, I want to do what the fuck I want to do. No, you got to do what you need to do. Because what you need to do is going to help you it's going to help you do it's going to help you do what you want to do when you want to do it, when you don't have to do it. When you have to do it, you got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. But when you don't have to do it, you get to do what you want to do. And that's a huge difference, but you got to realize it's still going to be a circle turning. So, in order to keep your passions, you got to dump out the things that you love that you don't need no more. So for me, I don't hate any of my ex-girlfriends. I like to think that we left amicably, amicably, except for probably one. But any of the girls I just talked to, that was a whole different story. And that probably has had an impact on me and why this happens. But again, it's just that Scorpio detriment Venus thing. It's just like it's not me, it's me leaving for me, because I don't want to be this intertwined with things that aren't good and nasty and slimy. For me, that shit works for others, but for me, no, you can't take care of this like this. Don't put fucking regular fuel in this car. You got to put the premium. You got to do different things, but it's the same thing. It's fuel. I'm running, mom, and I'm fast as fuck, but you don't think I'm fast because I tripped. So when I get a little older and I show you I'm fast and I keep running and I'm running past all of these other kids my same age, now you'll start to see it. But you gotta dump the feelings out that say you ain't shit. You gotta dump the feelings out that say that was the best love ever. You gotta dump those feelings out and say that was the greatest me. You gotta dump that shit out, but you gotta dump it out so you can let it refill itself. And then you can dump it out again, and then it lets it refill itself. But you gotta see that's the blessing, because you're still dumping and filling, and you're being blessed every single time because you're learning how to take care of that vessel further, that love further, these thoughts further. So further yourself by blessing yourself. Hey, further yourself by blessing yourself. Further yourself. Further yourself by blessing yourself. Further yourself by blessing yourself. You doing yourself. You doing it well for yourself. You living your wealth. Abundance in the life that you living, right? Just the blessing all your steps and the use inside. Living this life, I know it. Living this life, we grow it. Living this life, we breathing in the forest scene, and we got this animals and sounds and lives. We just are doing all these things because these blessings in our sides. Alright, people, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Your time is up. And we'll keep these cards out for the next. Alright, people. Okay. Pow 2. Trump's card, man. So, Power One, that was a really good energy. It was really all about realizing cycles of life, and how these things radiate, and how sometimes you got to realize that your passions and your fire, it's something that it's a cycle. It rises and falls as a tide. So you got to treat something that burns like it's something that flows. And so now you got currents of fire or waves of water. It's the same. It's the same. But for us over here with the Trumps card, we are dualistic. We are the two. We don't give a fuck about anything separate. We are the unification of all. There's what you talking about? This or that and what? Or huh? What are you talking about? It's us. It's we. It is team unity. All of us. Umbutnu. Collective. Soul family. Team again. So what we're doing here is we gotta see what is this all about, man? Because it's just all duality. It's duality twice. So when it's duality twice, square, square, what are you supposed to be doing? What are you supposed to be learning? What are you supposed to be growing? What are you supposed to be choosing? Well, what you're doing is you're seeing these things as what they are. So you're realizing you and you already, and how you put into things and how you pour into things and what you're making, and you know the combinations. It's like you a chef cooking. It's like you a school teacher teaching. It's like you a nurse nursing. It's like you a parent parenting. It's like you a driver driving. It's like you a human living. All of these things is here. So let's see. What do we have on this beat? So, take a whiff. Woo! Look at that. So, if you hear from the first reading, you can clearly see that these energies are coming out completely different. It's not the same. And so, because it's not the same, I really want to give appreciation and thanks to my ancestors, my angels, and my guides, man, because they be coming with that hot fire. And here is your cards. You have this here, baby. Trumps, justice, art cards, right? The Trumps. What is the Trump card? Well, for you, this is a breach of emergence of your strength. Have you earned it? Of course. This is why you're breaching. Sorry, I just got murdered. That shit was crazy. So, because you're breaching, but your breach is not just going to breach you like a humpback whale jumping and then going back into the water, just a little sneak peek. You came out the water and was like, nigga, I'm here. I'm a whale flying. Goofy as fuck. Alright. Then you have the strength. So, as this whale is flying through the sky, it's knocking down buildings like Godzilla would. But you got the ability to move these pillars, but you're unmovable. What you gonna do? How you gonna stop a flying whale? Like, this reminded me of the movie Sharknado. And it took me so long to realize what the fuck that was, because I didn't watch it, but my girlfriend at the time had a best friend who was in our undergrad who loved them shits. And she had like all of them. So it was like, I ain't never watched not a single one of them. I'm like, what the fuck is Sharknado? It just sounded like a crazy ass name. And then one day I was like, a shark tornado. And I was like, oh, god damn it. And it just made me laugh so much because, again, the understanding, it breached slightly. But then I watched the Lego movie years later. And then it was like, sharks lasers. Then it was like laser sharks. And then it's just funny how you can just like kids will just add things together. So it was a movie that was just added together, and this is coming off as the strength, which is the trumps card of things being added together. You see how it's all two things? It's like people don't know how to deal with you being two things added together. So they I don't know what they do, but they see this. They see breaching and emerging. So I don't know. It's like they can see the multitudes of you, but they don't understand it. But you're strong in it. So it's like, I don't know. This really is an outside reading. This is kind of like how you are perceived or some shit. Synergy. So definitely how you are perceived, man. It's like I've talked to myself into a car full of CO2 or some shit. God damn. Get some air. Sheesh. My bad. I'm bitching. Synergy. Well, see, so, all right, if I had to use that as an example, yeah, I just had to express myself, but because I'm synergized with myself, part of me was like, nigga, it's getting hard to breathe. So I had to say that, and I did that because I'm synergized with myself. But then when I did it and I realized that I was doing something else, refocusing, I had to reflect, and I did that, but now I'm showing you how that process is helping us see this trump card. So that reflection progresses into the future. And so that is the key of how you're two. Again, I think that most of this reading is going to be me trying to convince you all the different ways that you're two. And so unlike the previous reading where you thought you was one, this reading, you're nothing but the two, and you're acting as one. But when you act as one this way, people take it like this, and then you do the same thing over here, and people take it like that, and you're like, damn, I'm like doing the same shit, but everybody else is treating it like I'm doing something different. But it's the same shit. Is this not 2 plus 2? Did I fuck up? Like, what is going on? This is you in this energy. It's like, how come I don't feel like I'm getting justice? It's like, what the fuck is going on? But you're not realizing that you're bringing the justice. You don't get the justice when you're the justice bringer. You're supposed to be unbiased, but you don't know how to be unbiased right now because you're synergized with the reflection of the outcome. Oh, so you you take shit personally. That's what this is. You be taking shit personally. And the reason why you take shit personally is because you're harmonized with all things, so all things are personal, so it's not the thing itself, it's how it's used. So you look at, oh, that's funny as fuck, because I think we were talking about how things were a verb in the last reading, and then how this is a noun, but a noun is a multitude of things. It's a person, place, thing, quality, condition, state of being. All of those things is squished into one as this justice card, but you want to be a noun in action, aka a verb. I'm a runner. That's why I was probably saying teacher teaching and parent parenting earlier. Damn, it's full circle right now. Look, earlier in the reading we breached, but right now it's emerging and it's showing the strength of you as a multitude. The multitude of you is just a dynamic you, a dynamic. Living life, that's what you gotta be. Living life instinctually. Doing all these actions on the scenery. That is life being you. You again as you choose. The strength is what you do. And that is you being you again as you be the you. Ah, and that's because it's in you, nigga. It's in you, my ninja. K-N-I-G-G-A. For those who didn't know, I'm gonna hit you with a kaspoon. if you know. But here's a karma. Stop it. Okay, I got DNA. And DNA Check it out. Look. DNA. It's two. It's two. One thing and two. Deoxy. Ribo. Nucleic acid. Deoxy. Divide. Division. Duplicate. Duplicate. I'm making shit up. No, but the idea is two. Dual. It's two. And so because things are two, you got to understand the reason why you exude this two-ness so much is because it's encoded in your two-strand DNA. Your DNA is two strands. It's both of these snakes. One snake, the other snake. And that's this. One side, the other side. But when I was saying that you cannot not be it, your DNA cannot not be it. The only time that you are ever unraveled is for a split second of copying yourself. And this split second of DNA duplication, this RNA transcriptase, tRNA that's translating what this is reading, whether it's on this cycle or whether it's down here on this cycle, those things are already encoded as they're cycling up. Why? Because the head is here and the tail is here. So this is follow the leader. This is follow what we already set for you. This is follow the pathway. This is, we already showed you what to do, nigga, do it. That is what this is. But, pause. I'm not just yelling at you. I'm telling you this way so you can see it as this now. Again, we've been showing you what to do this whole time. Now it's time for you to do it, and you've done it for overtime. You're going to see your strength when you do it. You thought you were climbing this mountain, but you fucked up and you went up here. And so now when you looking back, you be like, damn, I've been to the top of that mountain. Now I can help you see. Oh, I see that little whale jumping right there. Emerge! Now the whale is like, nigga, I thought I was flying, but I am flying. Dude, what the fuck is going on? You were chosen, nigga. This was the trajectory. I just so happened to be here and I wove my wand and your ass happened to jump and you was trying to impress your lady and say I'm about to jump 18 feet and I made you jump 2,800 feet, nigga. You're welcome. Oh my God, I have emerged from the seas. I'm the strongest humpback whale ever. Yes, and it's in your DNA. Because you were swimming in the waters. Now you swimming in the waters of heaven. Thought you was on the bottom mountain. Now you want to emerge at the top of the mountain. This is you, bro. It's just scaling mountains. This is you just being a whale. This is just you living your DNA, your karma. So you got to be grateful for the fact that you are so advanced. You're an Andromedian. Andromeda. Androgynous. What was that? What was that other word? Forgot that word for bacteria. Like amoeba is when they unisex. But there's another word for it. There's an A word for it, but I forgot. But again, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you can't stop being you no matter what areas emerge in life. No matter what areas you have breakthroughs through, what is actually emerging from the breakthroughs, because your DNA is interwoven and intertwined within the strength of you. But you gotta understand is the dualistic energies. Your mom and your dad, your good and your bad, your highs and your lows. You already do that, so it doesn't come out as good or bad. You're not looking for that. You're looking for harmonization as a thing. So I'm not looking for a single person, bands only, 3 people or more kind of thing. This is a basketball tournament, 3-on-3, 5-on-5. We're not doing one-on-ones over here. We don't do it. We gotta be collective to be collective, and that's like an orchestra. I gotta put the drums in with the hi-hats. Like, I gotta understand that all things that come out as an experience is a duality. Like, all of the things in life that emerge is just combinatory aspects at different levels. Everything on this card is some kind of combination of two different things into a single thing called a one. Like, these two blue arms versus two white arms, but you only see one blue, one white. Again, that's the idea. It's like I see arm and it's one white, one blue, but no, I can see one arm and I can assume it's goes to the blue person with two, and the white arm goes to the white person with two. So it's looking at the fact that all things have a combination, but it makes a third thing, and this is the optics of the illusion. It's the observer. It's the you going over the cycles as a 1-year-old for the first time versus going over the cycles as a 25-year-old versus going over the same exact cycle as a 68-year-old. This is the difference. Alright. Why do we need to know this shit? Why does Paul 2 need to know this? Well, there's love and compassion at the bottom, but let's see. Oh, look, even that's a 2, bro. Look, it's 2 into 1. I always call this a 2-to-1 ratio, especially when I teach this to kids in the class. Like, the younger they are, they got to understand it. The most simple is you got to help yourself first. So I would make sure my first graders and shit and kinders, they got to put your name on your paper. But then, my second graders sometimes forget, and they can remind each other. And then fourth graders, they'll love to tell somebody, put their goddamn name on their paper, or you're going to get it thrown in the trash. They want to be aggressive. Seventh graders, they going to bag you if you're not, call you a dummy. And so it's so many layers to this dualistic compassion, but I think what you're learning is how to breach all the different ways that this compassion or this love can emerge. Yeah. All right. Dark ass cards. You gotta fucking emerge. H. Darkness. No, but these are blue grayish, so these are just spiritual cards in essence, neutral. And so because these things are neutral, you're realizing, like, look, are these two things communion? The ego is communion with self. I see you ego, and the ego said I see you human. That's what that says. And it doesn't matter who sees, but we can see, and there's light between these two. That's what communion is. That is this trump card. That's the 2. You got to see that there is Oh, so I love Crunk's New Groove. That's one of my favorite movies. It came from the movie An Emperor's New Groove, and I had the TV show and whatnot on Disney. But Crunk's New Groove, I love that. I love Crunk. I love his voice actor too. That's why the voice actor is funny. It's the first time I ever seen a voice actor in real life. I forgot what show it was. It was a long ass time ago, but I was just shook, and I went out and instantly bought the DVD for Crunk's New Groove. But I say that because in the movie Crunk's New Groove, Crunk got a lady, and it was his other side. It was completely him. And they had a show or a scene where they was baking bread in the kitchen. They both loved to cook and shit. And so they was baking raisin bread. And they was playing the song, Let's Groove Tonight. Da-da-da-da. And everything was just in sync. And it looked like they was having sex. And that's what they was implying, how they was in that motion and everything. But that's what this is. And that's what this is. And that's what this is. And that's where this comes from. Okay? The strength comes from the fact that you making love with yourself, meaning you're content in your own sanctuary. You're content with, like, being intertwined with you. You're content with you being intertwined with yourself because you're seeing how much that self is intertwined with the world. This is me, the greatest student in this classroom for fourth graders, doing everything I can to help my class against the top fourth graders in classroom B. That is me seeing my greater light within the contents of this total light. Again, I'm the best speller in the class. I gotta do it for all of us. And all of us are gonna say, you can do it! And this is what motivates you. This is what keeps you going. But because it's already going and going and going, you've already built a home, you already have passion, I already have my sanctuary put together, my home. I'm realizing that I'm interested in doing the things that I'm interested in because that makes me more of me, which makes me more intertwined with the higher level of who I am, which keeps me in justice. Keeps the world just. Keeps everything harmonized. Alright. Brother, I can't play you. It's gonna be another copyright. Down. Brandon Jamal. Alright. Synergy is at the bottom again, even with those cards coming out. That's crazy. Alright. What's our final message, man? Oh, so let me clear this up. Because I feel like I need to. I asked, why the fuck do we need to know all of this? Why do we need to know this? And it's to help you understand where your strength comes from. So why do you need to know that you're a multitude? It's because you find strength there. That's where your strength comes from. Don't see yourself as a person who has a problem. Don't see yourself as a person with an issue. We all go through problems. We go through the issue. We're not the problem. We're not the issue. You have to see the communion within all yous. The you who struggles with things, so then you can see the you who doesn't. So then you can start to see the you who's compassionate with both. The teacher who can help the student who was really advanced, the best speller, the best math student, versus the teacher who can help the worst speller and the worst math student. The teacher can see all of themselves within the student because the teacher can see above and they can see everyone that's learning. And they can be in that sanctuary of knowing that that's where the strength comes from. Being able to learn and teach. And that's what most teachers don't understand. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for this exchange, this karmatic, energetic balance, this synergy. But what they're doing is they're looking for the strength. And this is why you need to know this. You need to know this because your strength comes from your ability to alchemize situations, to change your mind, to say, nah, I don't want that shit no more. To say, you know what? I'm going to try it. That is justice for the fact that you can be you even when you don't know you. You can be fire and water, ice and lava, light and dark. You're none of it. You're the mediator in between. You're the communion in between. You are the space that houses both sides. You're not neither side. You're just going through one side or going through the other side. Meow, 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 meow. This is the Doppler effect. When things are further away, sound waves compress, excuse me, expand, and when things are closer, sound waves compress. Compression, expansion, compression, expansion. I'm an accordion now. But the same thing happens with a piano. I'm going to push the key here. It's going to push the key there. Ding! Ding! thing again is communion. It's communion. And so if I'm looking at the communion and knowing like how that communion impacts things, I can look at the strength applied to me pressing it, ding, 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 versus ding, ding, ding. Look, so much more force. Things are falling. So, knowing the strength, that's the whole key. The strength of the communion. And if the communion isn't strong enough within the self can't emerge, it can only breach. And so we want to take that magic that we have inside of us, and we want to not just breach, we want to soar and be that humpback whale, fly into the sky. Not just out the water, going back, flying and saying, why haven't I landed on my back? Why am I in the sky 2,800 feet high? Because Mr. Anu is crazy, but anyway. Alright, what's the final message? What do you need to leave on pile 2? Woo! All of these extra cards fell out too, but oh. Ooh, here you go. There you go. Man, that's beautiful. Ancient healing wisdom, harmony, compassion, breath. Yeah. Peace. Good luck out there.